I'm from a town called Londonderry in New Hampshire. It's pretty close to the Massachusetts state line.
I'm from Springdale, Arkansas.
You know, I came to a point where, yeah, she needed to be a Christian. After I became a Christian, that kind of became a priority.
Well, when I was in high school, someone encouraged me to write a list of things that I wanted in my future husband. So I wrote that list. There's 55 things on the list. It's a nice list. It was during Sean's DTS, and they came up to Mike Schneider's college group, which I was a part of. And so they were all there, and I remember meeting him.
I don't remember that at all. Yeah, I had a place. I had a spot picked out because I had always told her, like, we're not gonna get officially engaged until my parents, give us their blessing, pretty much. Well, I'm really tall, and for some reason, I've kind of liked shorter girls. So she was really short, which was kind of cool, and I thought she was pretty cute.
Well, I thought he was very good looking, and I liked that he was tall, even though most people are taller than me.
I wrote a letter. I proposed pretty much by a letter, but what Mary didn't know, while she was in Cambodia, I went and I got the engagement ring.
When we decided that we wanted to get married, I told my parents and he told his parents, and his parents were like, well, yeah, that's great, but we don't know her.
Yeah.
Married couple. commit this to memory. This is the only time you'll see Alan dance.
When the rain is blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met, no doubt in my mind where you belong.
$93 million miles from the sun. People get ready, 'cause here it comes. It's a light, a beautiful light, over the horizon, into our eyes. Oh my, my, how beautiful. Oh my beautiful mother, she told me, son, in life you're gonna go far. If you do it right, you'll love where you are. Just know, wherever you go, you can always come home. 240,000 miles from the moon, we've come a long way to belong here, to share this view of the night, a glorious night. Over the horizon is another bright sky. Oh my, my, how beautiful. Oh my, irrefutable father, he told me, son, sometimes it may seem dark, but the absence of the light is a necessary part. Just know you're never alone. You can always come back home.
You want to take the topper off or no? We didn't rehearse, I'm sorry. You told us we didn't practice.
Okay.
You ready?
I'll give some rules there.
Okay. What is in there?
You don't want to get the cardboard. Yeah.
like wedding speeches. So if I could get Sean and Mary to come on down. We're going to do a little game called props. Sean and Mary, they're going to be paid programming hosts. They're going to be selling the essentials to a newlywed marriage. The items that newlyweds just absolutely can't live without. So, without further ado, we've got Whose Turn It Is Anyway? With Mary and Sean.
Alright, so one day you're walking down the street and boom, Mary, what do? You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what's going on. So you need a plan. You need a box. You need a box to help you. And you need that. That is essential. That is so essential. You don't know how many times the wife will walk in and go, holy smokes, what is that in there? Is that a snake? No, that is not a snake. That's what that's for. All right, what else we got here? A stapler. You tell them what that's for.
This is great for your newlyweds, so now you have all these presents and you need to keep up with them. So you gotta you gotta keep up with who gave it to you. So you gotta staple the card on the present.
Okay, now this was very important. This is spouse mace. There comes a time where you're just tired of them and you say, get away from me. And see, I gotta, oh, walk away, walk away, walk away. You see, that works. It works. It's very nice.
And then we got Play-Doh, because sometimes you just don't know what to do and you're bored, you're looking for something, and Play-Doh's always great. You can always just sit down at the table and Play-Doh together.
All right, now what do we got in here? What is that doing in there? Plastic food. Now you're thinking. You are thinking. Sean, why do you need plastic food? I'm telling you, you need one of these. These remind you. They remind you of how awesome your spouse's cooking is. Whatever it could be, I'm sure it's fantastic, but remember, it could be worse.
And everybody wants to call you, and so you have a lot of phone calls to take, and I don't know why we would have this old of a phone. We don't need a cord anymore. There you go.
I feel bad making jokes about this.
But this is the most important.
This is important. All right. So this is good. This is great for reading together, great for reading separately, great for, it's a good dust collector if you're that kind of people.
We don't support that.
Yeah, this is good. This teaches you what it should be like, how it's supposed to work. So yeah, this is the most important stuff. All this other stuff, you don't need it. You don't need it. You just need this.
Good job. 1,000 points to both of you. 1,001 to Mary. She's prettier than Sean. All right, thank you for joining us with Whose Turn Is It Anyway? I believe whoever's turn it is, I believe it's Gracie's. So
What?
you want to get this, what's up going on?
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah, 0 points for Gracie.
Yes,
Okay, so we are gonna. Ooh, sorry, I didn't realize how loud I talk. We're gonna move into what we're calling open story time. I've also heard it called a roast. So, if anybody has any stories, things they want to say about Sean and Mary, now's your chance. Everyone's gonna hear it, so semi-nice.
Time limit.
Yeah. So, would anybody like to share a funny story, maybe about, how they met Sean or how they met Mary, any memorabilia stuff? Any of the groomsmen you wanna?
One thing I will say, the YWAM crew, for sure most of you know this, but since I've known Sean, since he came 2011 to YWAM Ozarks campus, Sean's a little bit accident prone. It's the one thing I'd say about Sean. Sean falls a lot, like falls out of the back of trucks. For one, he fell out of a moving pickup. It was a moving pickup going around a corner. The driver, I don't remember who was driving, but
Morrison.
Uh-oh, there we go. Was learning how to drive a stick shift, and Sean just happened to be sitting in the back of the truck, wrong time, wrong position, wasn't quite ready for the sudden stop, and out he went. Thankfully we had an EMT right there, and he told Sean that he wasn't going to die, so it was all right. The other, I could probably take a lot of time if I shared all of the incidents, so I'll just share one more. We were doing a roofing project, and Sean, man, he was great. With all the other students just up there on the roof working, we had actually removed one board from the roof so you could actually step down into the attic. Nobody realized that Sean had to be told that when you step into the attic, you have to step onto the rafter. So Sean just kind of jumped on down. I happened to be right under, not immediately underneath, actually. Am I stealing the story? Savannah over here was immediately underneath. I was actually, had turned around and bandaged her foot up because she had nails in the bottom of her foot from the roofing project. And this man falls out of the sky and like lands right on her lap. Happened to be Sean. I turned around and had band-aids already, so we were good.
The part about that story is immediately after he patched me up and I had 2 nails in my feet, a man falling on my head, I go to dinner cleanup where I had a glass bowl fall on my head. That was the day from hell, just saying. Okay, my first impression of Sean, he got there the day before me in YWAM Ozarks 2011, and I am a bubbly thing of energy, and he hated being there. So obviously at the very beginning there was friction. And we had to do the intro trip together, which was 10 days, and we got paired every single time. And you still can't paddle a canoe. But I think the best memory I have about Sean is for Christmas, we had to pick names out of a hat. And so obviously I must have picked Sean, because God just wanted me to bless him for Christmas. So I decided to make him a quilt, because I'm one of those people. And I think the best thing about that is that he still has that quilt to this day.
One other story, or a couple stories of Sean like falling. We have this truck on campus called the Pup, and it actually doesn't have one of the doors. It's a pretty small truck. One day we were driving, and Sean was driving, and I jump out and I run and I like make it. And then I think a day or so after that, Sean tries it, and we're turning into this gravel parking lot, and he jumps out and he plants both his feet and goes, and he goes flying. And then so the next time he tries it, I actually hit the brakes right as he jumped out. So he actually jumped out and goes boom, and hits his shoulder really hard. And then so Sean and I have this thing where we like to scare each other. So I don't know who started it, but when we first got to DTS a couple years ago, I scared him, or maybe he scared me first, and then we were in a cave, and he like scared me, and I jumped, hit my head on a rock, and it was really bad. Well, one time I got to scare him. I caught this big tarantula, and I had this tarantula in this like plastic tub, and I was going around showing everybody this tarantula. And then as no one was looking, I took the tarantula and I threw it out, and I put the lid back on and I put it under Sean's pillow. So he goes to lay down in bed at night, and he like lays down and he feels it, and he's like, Drew, Drew! He throws him in the floor, and he's like, what are you doing? And I started laughing so hard. It was so funny.
Hi, so my name is Aubrey Larson, and if you guys don't know me, I am practically a sister to Sean and to Katie, and we've grown up together, and this is such an amazing thing to be able to see. But to tell a funny story, the first time we were ever allowed to be home alone, it and my brother Ari and Sean, and we were all in our house, and Ari, Lydia, and Sean were up watching a movie, and I was the one responsible for making the popcorn. So I put the popcorn in the microwave, and all of a sudden, the microwave is shooting off sparks, and it's on fire. And I'm like, the microwave's on fire! And I scream, and we're probably like, how old are we? Probably 11 or 12, and I'm bolting up the stairs, and I'm screaming my head off, and all three of them were like, running down the stairs. And Ari and Sean throw the microwave out on the deck, and it was just the funniest thing, and we tell that story all the time.
The best part of that story was, I'm never gonna be able to stay over again.
Parents come home, we're all just like, so the microwave was on fire, and it really wasn't our fault. We were just so afraid that we were gonna get in trouble. Yeah, first time we were home alone, and it was just so funny. But there are so many other stories, but I'll let somebody else tell one.
Dad, Sean's annoying me, what do I do? And he said, next time he annoys you, punch him in the nose. So the next time Sean went up to me and he started annoying me again, so I just punched him right in the nose. And he was like yelling his head off at me. He's like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, Dad told me to. And he said, that's sarcasm. And so I went up to Dad and I said, Dad, was that sarcasm? And he said, no. Bazinga, punk.
And I'll handle that. So me and Mary met during our DTS, and during our lecture phase, I think we said about 2 words to each other. Just didn't really talk. Went to Kenya together, loved it. Then an internship, and she was my roommate with Katie Williams, which I don't know where Katie went. But so the 3 of us were in a room together, and being 3 female teenagers in a room, it was really fun. We had a lot of really great ideas, like we were gonna get in shape. So we're like, all right, we're gonna work out. So we live on a mountain, so we ran down the mountain, and we're gonna run back up, and didn't end so well. It's the only time we tried that one. We tried to do jump roping once, also didn't work very well. We got gym memberships. That lasted pretty long. That was pretty good. But yeah, so we did internship together, and then we staffed DTS together. And I got the amazing privilege to lead outreach with Mary to Cambodia with some of the crazy students who are still here. Yep. So through that, Mary was just amazing. We had so many fun opportunities together. We learned how to use a buffing machine together, and wrote the manual on how to become a member of the YWAM Ozarks buff team. So if you would like a copy of that document, we have it. Yeah, Mary is just awesome. Crazy girl to live with, crazy, amazing, heart for God. She's just an incredible person. But yeah, she's got a pretty wild side to her as well. So.
Well, that was a good roast of Sean and a good encouraging story of Mary. I was asking around, why isn't anyone talking badly about Mary? Well, there's nothing bad to talk about Mary, so I can't really roast her that well. Let me start off by saying what a wonderful job all the volunteers did cooking such good food, setting up such a beautiful place for us to have this reception. Very beautiful in here. On a similar note, the bridesmaids look absolutely stunning tonight. And only rightly outshone by our bride, Mary. And I'm sure you will agree with me, gentlemen, that it's a sad day for all of us single men as another beautiful, godly woman leaves the available list. And ladies, I'm sure that, you'll agree with me that not much of a ripple with Sean. Well, I am especially grateful to be here to support my best friend of 16 years. Yes, folks, you heard correct. I've been stuck with this guy for 16 years. So, in that time, Sean and I have been through many different experiences together, both good and bad. And a couple months ago, we were having one of our usual phone calls, roughly once a week or so. We started reminiscing together over some of the most interesting stories about our life. One of the best stories took place in the heart of winter in New England when we were about 9 or 10.
It was a snow day, so we were home alone. Well, not alone, my mom was home, but we were outside just fooling around. Long story short, we decided to throw snowballs at cars because we thought it would be funny. But unfortunately for us, we have horrible aim and we didn't hit almost any of them. And we finally get connected with one, and we're having a good laugh, hiding behind trees. And about 5 minutes later, a cop pulls right into the driveway, and we're just looking, beckons us over. And we thought, as we were walking over, we were going to jail, something bad was going to happen to us, we'd never see our families again. And the punishment was much, much worse. We had to tell our dads. And talk about bad luck. Because if there was something we were good at, it was getting under their skins. You know, whether it be telling horrible jokes, attempting to tell a story, but mostly like saying like the word like over and like, like over again. Saying every single movie line that could come to our heads. Always. No matter where we were, we would just start saying Princess Bride quotes or Monty Python and the Holy Grail, whatever. Or in long 8-hour car rides, making up songs like Weird Al and annoying whoever was driving to the point where they would just make us be quiet the whole rest of the ride. But together, we made it through that trial and many others. And each of these have impacted my life and been a big factor into who I am today. But the biggest impact Sean has had on my life is speaking life into my walk with Jesus. And Sean has had a fire for Christ since he was just a little kid. He would come up to people, he would be willing to pray for a complete stranger, ministering into people at a young age, and he brought the passion with him wherever he went. He challenged me, I challenged him, and he challenged me to walk strong and to minister well. And I have kept the best friend seat for 16 years. But today, I relinquish that seat to Mary. And I'm thankful that Sean has found a woman with a heart for others so similar to his own. And I know that you guys will make a great team, both in life and in your walk with Jesus. And before I finish, I just want to give one last piece of advice that I didn't give earlier, because this is my word of wisdom. It comes from 1 Thessalonians 5, and it says, "Rejoice always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus." God bless you.
All right, we're going to welcome Alex. I think I opened up my phone. So I'm Alex. I'm the maid of honor. I've known Mary for 17 years. We actually met right up, down the hall. Up, down. Same thing. But in one of the classrooms over there. So I actually have a few stories of Mary. A few. Really come clean about something. So probably we were 12, 13. We had this thing where we would hide in the back of our parents' cars and try and go home with the other person. It's not like we didn't live pretty close to each other or anything. So we were in my mom's and dad's truck. My mom was driving and Mary's laying in the floorboard in the back seat. Mom has no clue. Mom puts her purse in the back floorboard or the back seat. Mom reaches back to get the phone out of her purse. Mary pulls the purse up. Mom still doesn't know. We pull out of the church parking lot, get to the stoplight over here, the stop sign. Mary pops up. Hi! And then we turn around and come back to the church. Got another one. So Mom doesn't know about this one. Actually, she probably knows. We had, this is a rent house, so we were 13. 13? We had a queen bed set up in the library. The library had built-in bookshelves. We climbed on the bookshelves. Jumped on the bed. Little kids are down there, we're babysitting the little kids. Little kids down here telling us not to jump on the bed because we're going to break the bed. we broke the bed. And then after we broke the bed, we stuck a weight underneath it to hold it up. So Dad sat on the bed, thought he broke the bed. So those are the only stories I'm going to tell. I have some more, but I do have one more. So 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, Mary went to YWAM. And then it was hard to say goodbye because I go to U of A. So they come back around this time, and they're in this fellowship hall. And it looked a little bit different back then, but there was a stage over here. Me and Mary are sitting over here on the stage, and Sean's over here. And Mary points him out to me, and she goes, "I like him." Apparently so. That kind of worked out for her. And then last year in December, Mary says that she's bringing a guy to my Christmas party. Mary's never brought a guy to the Christmas party. Ever. I mean, 17 years. So he comes in, we're a little iffy. But we're playing a game, playing a trivia game, I don't remember which one. And Sean makes a Backstreet Boys reference. At this point, Sarah and I don't know where, Sarah is back there. She's there. And we're over here going, okay, we can handle this. But Sean does bring Mary out of her shell a little bit, which is really good because she's hard to get out of her shell. I'm pretty much done. I want to wish you guys the best of luck. I don't really have any marriage advice for you. There's some people here who do. But to Sean and Mary.